Now, when it comes to the Super Saiyan forms, obviously the biggest thing is actually picking your Super Saiyan form, because they all have different benefits. And there are best ones and worst ones, but I think it's really just down to user preference, because even stuff like Future Super Saiyan, which looks like it would just be a worse version of regular Super Saiyan, because all you get is just Super Saiyan 1, it's actually better than, Super Saiyan 1, because Future Super Saiyan gives you faster stamina recovery than SSJ 1, 2, and 3, and it does have that unique benefit. Before Super Saiyan Blue, this was the only stamina recovery boost transformation in the game. So if you just want a Super Saiyan form, that will give you, exactly the same great stats as Super Saiyan and more stamina so you can fight for longer, then that's what Future Super Saiyan is for. But overall, I think the worst part of every single Super Saiyan form, and this is the reason why I'm saying Super Saiyan specifically and not transformations, is that Super Saiyan forms have this extremely cringe teleporting attack that makes them 100% worse. Like, every character that has this teleport attack is worse just because they have it. And I'll get into the stats of why this is so bad later, but you can already see now that even when it comes to affecting the range of your dash, in base form, you go much further than you do in Super Saiyan. Way further, way faster. The moment you transform, you start to get this really slow, telegraphed attack. Another reason why Super Saiyan forms matter so much, obviously, is because of damage. Like, obviously, every single benefit that comes in mind is great too, but damage is a really big part of it. Because, obviously, changing your move from doing, like, 1 full health bar to doing, like, 1 full health bar and a half, or 2 health bars, maybe even just turning moves into a borderline one-shot, depending on the transformation you're in, that's, like, a massive deal. And in Future Super Saiyan's case, since it's just an SSJ1 transformation, my move is not going to do that much more damage. As you can see, I literally only got like 400 extra damage, even though I've got a Super Soul that also increases my damage on as well. So I'm stacking multiple damage buffs, and even with Super Saiyan 1, my damage went from, like, it only went up by like 600. So Super Saiyan 1 is not the kind of transformation you would use for like damage. It's the kind of transformation you're just using for the overall stat benefits, like, defense, speed, stamina recovery, etc., right? Now, in the long run, obviously, in combos, combo damage is way different, because combo damage is a culmination of hits coming together to lead to, like, one big awesome attack, which, Super Saiyan benefits massively, because it's the more damage, the more numbers. And yeah, that is quite the significant jump. So we went from only doing, like, 600 extra damage from being in base to Super Saiyan to doing 3,000 extra damage, because the move we did was a combo attack. And again, combos just have more moving parts in it. Even if the damage numbers are very slight, for example, in my base form, I'm doing 245 damage, and in Super Saiyan, I'm doing 267. You'd be like, okay, that's a very small gap. There's basically no reason to go Super Saiyan. But the moment you just do a combo, you can see that there is a massive difference in the damage types, just because of how much you get from all the extra moving parts in combos. So I think Super Saiyan is worth it, especially if you're a combo fighter. If you're like just there to spam like super attacks, then obviously just like don't do that. Now, the cool thing about all the different Super Saiyan forms is, on top of obviously having different benefits to like stamina and stuff, they all have different sliders. Super Vegeta does way more Ki Blast damage. OG Super Saiyan lets you go all the way to Super Saiyan 3, which doesn't do more Ki Blast damage than Super Vegeta 2. But it does make you have higher melee and strike damage, which Super Vegeta does not give. And Super Saiyan 3 also raises your defense higher than Blue Evolved. Yeah, it's crazy. Super Saiyan 3 at launch was giving us better defense than the new best transformation in the game. And Super Saiyan Blue Evolved is glazed for its damage and its stamina recovery. So I think people shouldn't sleep on Super Saiyan 3. I have multiple videos showing how Super Saiyan 3 gives you crazy defense buffs, and you can stack them even further by using Super Souls and Super Attacks to also increase your defensive stats. So yeah, Super Saiyan 3, it kind of gets neglected a lot, but don't neglect it. It's really, really good, especially if you're fighting extremely high damage builds or laggy players, because they get more hits on you, so being able to tank through that is better. Something else is obviously damage between the forms, because obviously Super Saiyan 1 is going to do less damage than like Super Saiyan Blue and Super Saiyan Blue Evolved, but I do want to just show the difference of damage in this ultimate attack when I'm in Super Saiyan close range, so that way the beam is landing fully. It's a 2 health bar like ultimate attack. Like, that's great. Like, an ultimate attack doing 2 health bars, one that's especially this quick, very useful. Also, anti-limit burst. No one's going to complain about that. Doing 2 health bars worth of damage is beautiful. Boom. And then in the strongest form, if we do this exact same move, obviously point blank, you can see that the damage on the first part is way higher, and the damage on the second part is even higher. We're getting a whole extra, like, half of a health bar taken from just being in Blue Evolved, which is obviously great, because Blue Evolved is the best transformation in the game. However, Blue Evolved still has this cringe teleporting attack, and I think I'm now going to finally start talking about this cringe teleporting attack, because this actually bothers me so much. Literally every character that can transform, including the Goku I'm facing right now, genuinely suffers from this teleport attack. It's so stupid, and the only time it disappears is when you're right next to the enemy, and the game, for some reason, is smart enough to make you go, you know what? The teleport attack is slow and it is cringe. So we're not going to make you do when you're right next to your enemy. You're just going to get the actual attack. Now, I want to point this out. It only does this for some transformed characters. Some transformed characters still have to go through the teleport, even at point blank range, which is just... Some base form characters go through the teleport at point blank range, which is extremely stupid. Even for the GOAT like Goku himself, Goku, and you guys know it's a Dragon Ball game, Goku was one of the fastest normals in the game. If this character is even slightly around you, he can like immediately tag you with like most of his punches, right? There's a really high chance that Goku players will dash into a punch and just get you right away because he has that much speed, that much range, that much priority on his attacks. So anytime he pretty much goes for a punch, it could be from a ridiculous distance and he'll still hit you like pretty confidently, right? But then if you go Super Saiyan, he loses all of that. Look what happened to my boy's range. He's in Super Saiyan 3. His stats are supposed to go up. Why is his attack so much slower now? If anyone sees and hears that V effect and S effects, they're like, oh, all I have to do is just block right away. Or all I have to do is just dash to the side because he's telegraphed that he's doing an attack. Like there's a night and day difference between, oh crap, he's doing something, let me just react to it, and whoops, no way I could react to that. I think that teleport attack is honestly the greatest sin cast on any Saiyan character. And I want to point out, by the way, I did this test with the male Saiyan and Goku, two characters that when they do their, basic attacks, it actually comes out really quick on the other side. Even if you do the cringe teleport, the attack animation itself is like just right away. Like that is almost immediately after you press the button, the punch comes out. It's nightmarishly quick. And it gets worse, much worse with the slower characters. And oh boy, for Broly especially, because you guys know Broly, he's the big Super Saiyan guy. He's got to be like a big menacing, scary Saiyan guy. But look at this dog. Look how slow it all is. Can you see how he still has to go through the vanish at point blank? Which, like, evil monster came up with this idea? The same applies for Z Broly as well. Obviously, he also gets the cringe teleport, but unlike Super Broly, he doesn't have it point blank range. Super Broly, they just hated him. They just were like, just make his attack animation slower. He already doesn't swing that quick. You could see it, like, already. Like, compared to Goku and the male Saiyan, his punch doesn't even come out that fast because he has to move his whole arm. But then they also make him go through the dumb teleport animation, which just makes your attack so telegraphed and nothing. Unlike most attack animations, where when you're doing the forwards dash, you can, like, just immediately cancel into something else, like forward dash block, forward dash to the side. With the stupid Saiyan teleport animation, you're stuck. No button makes you undo that vanish. Meaning people just go, oh, I'm just gonna perfect block his attack, or dash to the side, and then I'm just gonna hit him. And it's so annoying. And I want to talk about the character this affects the most, even though it's a character that's obviously much less popular, but it's just so disgusting how this character, and I've said this before, this character would actually be broken as hell if they didn't add the Saiyan teleport animation to him. So maybe in hindsight it's a blessing, but in reality I would prefer if every character was good rather than if most characters were bad. Oh boy, Dispo. Oh, I've said this a million times, bro. Because Dispo actually has like decently fast attack animations, but you can see how he's eternally, and here's the dumbest part too. You do his dash normally, like fastest dash in the game. Look how far forward he goes, dude. He goes so far, but the moment he gets in attack range, what? Why? Dude, why? He would be great. He has fast attack combos. He's amazing. He's got like high damage, super strong super attacks, great super attacks that combo into his ultimate attack. One of the most broken ultimate attacks in the game. Literally the only thing that ruins Dispo is that they did this to him. Meaning anytime he wants to engage, even if you key stun, he still has the dumb teleport. So he's basically never good offensively. He's just doomed to be like this. And you think, oh, well, if you go into supersonic mode, that fixes things, right? That makes things better. No, now he has the dumb teleport all the time instead. And it's just even worse. And here's the dumbest part too. He gets more attack range. You can see there's a part where he like kind of warps. His attack animation gets faster. But it doesn't change the fact that he has the stupid vanish, which is just... It basically makes attack speed the same. Because nothing changed. So... I'm getting very emotional because Dispo is not a character that I would consider my favorite, but he's a character that you can unironically, yes, I'm going to say the word, you could see the potential because he loses stamina the entire time he's like this. So missing your attack just because you get the super telegraphed dashing attack animation, then you get hit, then you have to use your evasive, or vanish out of the damage, and your stamina is still going down because of the way his transformation works. It's just so unbelievably annoying. It's to the point where you basically can't use one of the best transformations in the game on one of the best characters in the game just because they put one stupid gimmick on him, and it ruins the whole character. This Super Saiyan teleport animation needs to go in Xenoverse 3. That's a fact. It has to go. Now, in hindsight, I do actually believe that the Super Saiyan transformation thing, like staying over the course of time, that's got to be like an accident, right? That's got to be like an oversight, because I feel like they would have addressed it by now or patched it or would have made it usable. It literally just nerfs every character that can transform. Again, even Broly, the most recent DLC character, right? He weirdly enough just has it, and it's on an already slow character, so it makes him even worse than he should be. This doesn't do any benefit to anyone. It doesn't even let you avoid punches while punches are coming in, because while you're doing the animation, you can just be hit by like other moves. So there's actually no benefit to it. It provides like nothing. It's not even like Ultra Instinct, where Ultra Instinct's dodge, you could be mad that like Ultra Instinct's dodge kind of screws you over sometimes because you get hit by things unintentionally. But Ultra Instinct's dodge recovery is so quick that you can actually let people attack you first and then just punch them back right away. And it genuinely just works against most characters, even the characters with super quick attack animations like Goku and like Dispo, who throw out their punches like basically right away. Ultra Instinct is just a really blessed transformation in this game. And I want to say this as well, a lot of the universal transformations don't have the cringe teleport. Another reason why they're so good, the only problem with the universal transformations is that they have really, really slow transformation animations, which is something Super Saiyan never suffers from. All of the animations are really, really quick, meaning you can just pick one of the better forms in the game right away with no downsides. But Beast, oh my god, Beast is basically unusable just because of the transformation animation. And the same thing with Ultra Instinct. It's just a tragedy because so many transformations in this game would be better if it wasn't for the weird transformation system, which something Xenoverse 1 didn't really suffer with. I'm pretty sure transformations weren't that restrictive in Xenoverse 1. They didn't have the really bad, like all they had was the teleporting like attacks sometimes. But Super Saiyan 3, Xenoverse wanted to do a unique mechanic by having some attacks have teleporting animations. I think I even remember beta footage of this, with Kamehameha becoming Warp Kamehameha when you charge up all the way. I remember people being really hyped about that, and then more beta footage came out where you always teleported when you did an attack. And that was where the problem started. They were like, oh, people think this is cool, that you teleport while doing Kamehameha, you teleport while doing Gallic Gun, you teleport while doing Evil Explosion, 100 times Big Bang Kamehameha, well, not 100 times, but regular Big Bang Kamehameha. They thought this was a really cool animation or like gimmick. And in hindsight, like, yeah, it's still kind of cool. The only problem is that you can't really connect stuff like this in combos. So it doesn't matter. Everyone will just vanish out of it every time. And that will be it with the Super Saiyan transformations. Again, there are many transformations in this game. Tons of them I could talk about that have unique gimmicks. For example, Golden Frieza. Golden Frieza needs an entire breakdown because that transformation just is really weird now, especially with the way they do for all the recent transformations. Bro, they've given out several buffs for Pure Form. They've given out loads of different changes for Dynamax and even unique Super Souls. But Golden Friezas have one unique Super Soul that isn't good, and they've received like no changes other than like one like defense and damage nerf really early on in the game's life cycle. Like there's a lot of really weird gimmicks and transformations in this game that the game thinks are good, which aren't good. Again, I spent the whole video talking about how Super Saiyan works, right? Depending on which form you should use, the stupid dumb vanish animation, but I think that's a good place to end the video. Again, I do hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you didn't, obviously, again, please leave a like in the video. Don't forget to subscribe, as it greatly supports the channel, and leave a comment down below as to what you'd like to see next. I do love you all. Hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you all next time. Take care, and peace. Bye-bye.